very good evening to all the guests and dignitaries. In this capacity as your host for a worldwide webinar on your topic is your digital footprint, making smart choices online. I, Ashika Malhotra, would like to take this opportunity to extend a hearty greetings to each and every one of you. It gives me a great pleasure to extend a warm hello to each and every one of you gathered here today. It's a huge honor for us to have someone of this caliber today, whose involvement on the topic of your digital footprint, making smart choices online, adds so much value to it. Your digital footprint is the trail of data you leave behind whenever you go online. It includes your social media posts, search history, online purchases, and even your location data. Making smart choices online means being mindful of what you share with whom. Protect your privacy by using strong passwords. Enabling two-factor authentication and regularly reviewing your privacy settings. Think before you post, as your online actions can have lasting impacts on your reputation and security. By managing your digital footprint wisely, you can enjoy the benefits of the digital world while minimizing risk. Before I proceed further, let me take a brief moment for the introduction of my organization. SAMS Welfare Foundation, a registered non-profit organization, is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focus on education, particularly skill development and entrepreneurship. Through our initiative DigiSaksham, we have created training programs in IT and entrepreneurship impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskilling inmates in Haryana jails and collaborating with universities and colleges. We have also partnered with banks to place over 1,500 candidates in jobs. FAMLEADS, another SAMS initiatives, empower women through workshops and stories of successful female entrepreneurs. We conduct programs on digital literacy, marketing, and career development, reaching over 1,000 women across multiple states. This initiative recently reached a milestone of 100 women actively involved. In just a short time, SEMS has established itself a force for positive change, equipping individuals with skills for employment and promoting women's leadership in various industries. Now, let me take this wonderful occasion to publicly present and welcome Tanusha ma'am. Few lines about her. Miss Tanusha has 6 years of experience in the field of skills development, particularly which involves interacting with higher education students. She is currently associated with JK Lakshmi University's Center for Communication and Critical Thinking, which is one of their centers for excellence. Before that, she had also worked overseas for a company named Temple Group located in Mauritius for a project in training and consulting area. By qualification, she is an MBA professional with a specialization in human resources and marketing and MCOM graduate in business administration. She has been awarded a gold medal in the category of Best Student during her MBA program in 2018 at JK Lakshmi University. She has actively involved herself in gaining experience in the corporate, academic, and research areas since 2015. She has presented several research papers in many national conferences and has also been appreciated and awarded as the best research paper in the sixth International Conference on Green Growth, Globalization, Governance, and GS. There are so many gems and diamonds in the world, and one of them is here today to help us build this event. With this note, I, Ashika Malhotra, on behalf of the SEMS Welfare Foundation, would like to give my heartiest welcome to Tanisha ma'am with a huge round of applause for joining us today. Your presence has added to the significance of this event, and we are genuinely honored to have you us with ma'am.
Thank you, Yashika, for such a wonderful introduction. And thank you so very much, all the participants. Thank you for
Thank you
joining
so
me
much.
here for this session. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, in today's session, we are going to cover these topics that I've mentioned as session objectives. By the end of the session, you will be able to understand digital footprints, We are going to discuss about digital footprints and a very brief about how these activities, whatever we do over the internet, contributes to our digital footprint. Then we are going to understand about our online presence. Okay, how do we create our online presence? What are the broad categories of online presence? Third, we are going to see what kind of strategies that we can use to make our online presence positive. Then we will have a discussion, or it will be open to all of you to ask questions if you have any. Okay, I want to start with this statement or this idea: whatever happens on the internet stays on internet forever. What do you think about this idea? Do you agree with this? You don't agree with this? Please feel free to write in the chat box. Agree? Ashutosh agrees with this idea. Okay, most of you are writing agree, agree, agree. Completely agree. Yes, ma'am, absolutely right. Agree. Is there anyone who doesn't agree with this idea or this statement that whatever happens on internet stays on internet forever? Google is okay. There's one person, Shreya, who has written Google is smart enough to keep a track of our activities. Yes, Shreya, very well said. Very true. Agree, but excluding Web3. Okay. Anyone else who has any different idea of it? Okay. Let's begin with the yeah. So all of us, yeah, we all can be searched on internet. Okay, similarly the way we search products on internet. Okay, we right now we are living in this digital age where everything that we do online leaves a trace of us. Okay, so similarly, like on Amazon we search product, we are also searched as products on different platforms, right? Like on search engines, or I would say like on job portals, right? We make our profile there, we present ourselves as products, and employers, the potential employers, those who are there, can search us, right? So just like footprints in sand, your digital actions can also be found and followed. Anyone who is there on internet, you can be searched by other. So therefore we should be very mindful of whatever that we are doing on internet using this online thing. Moving to my next slide. Okay, so right now, as I have mentioned that we are living in this digital age, almost 70% of employers, the potential employers, look for the online profiles of their potential employees. So suppose if all of you are applying, or one of you is applying on any of the organization, I'm sure, so out of 100, 70% of your employers are going to search you on online. Okay, so our online profiles, advertisers use our profiles based on our digital footprints to increase their sales, right now our digital footprints also contributes to our online image, whatever that we are creating now. By showcasing ourselves on these online platforms, are showcasing our interest areas, we also reflect what kind of interest we have, what kind of experiences that we have, what kind of habits that we have, and what kind of preferences we have. It is a reflection of our skills, area of interest, and experiences. And therefore we should be very mindful of whatever that we are doing on internet by using these social media profiles that we are in. Okay, so now I want to take you to this study, or to this experiment, I would say, was done, that says that, so they conducted a study where they asked potential employers to share their reasons for eliminating candidate based on their social media profiles. So out of suppose there were 100 employers, so out of 100, 54 employers mentioned that they eliminated their potential employers based on what they saw on their social media profile. And some of the top reasons that they mentioned were: maybe he or she has posted something inappropriate, video, photograph showcasing something very different personality of theirs. Then 80% of them have mentioned that they saw that the potential employee posted something about drinking or using some substance. Okay, then So there is a list of 10 reasons that mention all the things that they found in their potential employer on their social media platforms, and therefore they eliminated that candidate. Okay, so nobody wants anyone who is representing themselves very inappropriately on their social media platforms. Nobody wants someone who is lying about their qualification. Nobody wants someone who is very unprofessional. Even nobody wants anyone who has any unprofessional username, right? Now, let's come to this topic of digital footprint. The digital footprint, it is nothing but a trail of activities that you do using online internet or using your profiles. It includes websites that you visit, emails that you send or share or receive, and also information you subject online. Anything that you are doing by using internet is your digital footprint. So generally, how I explain this to students is that, see, right now, if you are the age of 30, 20, 25, right, I'm sure you were there on these social media profiles 5 years ago or 7 years ago, or whatever that you have done so far using this technology or using this internet is your so far digital footprints, right? Suppose when you were in 10th standard or 11th standard, you might have created one of your profiles on one very weird website, right? So now, if a potential employer is trying to search you on one of the search engines like Google, right, he may come across to that profile. Do you want that employer to see you on such profiles or on such websites, right? Now, broadly, if I categorize, there are two types of digital footprints that we have created for us so far, or we are creating. One is active digital footprints, and second one is passive digital footprint. Now, the active digital footprints is something that you consciously create for yourself, right? Deliberately, if you are sharing some information online, suppose your post, whatever post you are doing on your Instagram profile, on your Facebook profile, right? If you are on YouTube, what kind of videos you are uploading there of yours is your active digital footprint. The accounts that you have made for yourself is your digital active footprint, right? Now let's come to what is passive digital footprint. Passive digital footprint is a collection of your data that is without the user's direct input. So suppose your browse history so far, all the cookies that you have accepted so far is your passive digital footprint. Even from which IP address that you are logging in on various social media platforms is your passive digital footprint, which you are not doing it consciously, but it is happening at the back of it. Okay. Now, how these online activities contribute to your digital footprint? Okay, let's take an example of social media. If you are on Instagram, if you are posting a picture of yours, right? Suppose if you are posting a picture where you are seen as someone who is volunteering at some organization, that is your active digital footprint. And passive digital footprint would be Instagram tracking the time spent by you on seeing one of the reels or seeing one of the posts, okay? Or how much time you are spending on Instagram. Suppose in 24 hours you are spending 3 hours of your time on Instagram. That is your passive digital footprint that you are creating for yourself. Take another example of web browsing. Okay. In this case, your active digital footprint would be if you are typing anything on any of these search engines. Suppose on Google, if you are typing about what is the latest update of elections, what is the latest update of cricket match, that is your active digital footprint that you are creating for yourself. In that case, passive would be Google storing your search history or your preferences. Okay, what kind of preferences that you have seen searching for. And let's take another scenario here, online shopping. So active will be in Flipkart. If you are searching for a book and you have ordered that book, would be your active digital footprint. Passive would be what kind of recommendations that you are getting based on your browse history. So similarly, you can see these scenarios and what kind of active digital footprint we create and passive what we create. Now, okay, here are these two images. Okay, image A and image B. Suppose you come, yeah, can you see that? Yeah. So suppose you are an employer and these are the two profiles that come to you for one of the positions in your organization, and you are searching this person on internet and you come across this profile of this person. So my question would be, uh out of these two, who will be your preference for one of the positions in your organization? A, Disha has mentioned A. Okay, A. Anything who is saying for B as well? Anyone for B? Is there anyone who would like to prefer B as one of their employees? Okay. Can I ask you, why did you choose A and why not B? Can I ask you, why are you choosing A instead of B? Anyone? Okay, looks more ethical. First one look professional. He's looking professional. And why not B? Why not B? Okay, thank you so very much for sharing your answers. Why A? May I know why not B? Why not B? B is not informal. It looks professional. Okay, formals looks professional. Yes, same. See, this is the same scenario that happens with everyone. Right now, what I've mentioned to you, that almost 70% of employers look for the profile of their potential employees on social media platforms. They might search you on LinkedIn, they might search you on Instagram, they might come across to your profile on Facebook as well. And therefore, it is very important for us to be able to present ourselves in a professional manner in on those profiles. Okay. Now, here comes this concept of positive digital footprint. Okay. Now, positive digital footprints is something that is showing a positive image of yourself, right? We all understand what is positive. We all understand, right, that benefits that give benefit to us from all the dimensions, right? So, this is the concept of positive digital footprint that says that any traceable data of yours that builds your positive reputation online. Everything that can be found about you online showcasing your best trait is a part of your positive online presence. Whereas if we say about digital negative online presence, that means whatever that people can find about you that impacts your image negatively is what your digital is it what your negative online presence, right? Okay, now let's come to online positive online presence and how we can build that, right? Very essential for all of us to know about what kind of image that we are creating for ourselves so far and what kind of image we want to create for ourselves, right? I'm sure every one of us want to create a positive online presence for us. How should we go about it? Right? How should we go about it? So, first of all, you should define what kind of brand you want to create for yourself. Okay. Brand means how do you want people to associate you with? Okay. So, nobody wants to be associated with, he's someone who is very aggressive in nature.
आ जाएगी वो आज
Is
दिन भर में उन्होंने 3 साड़ी सिखा ली है
Can I ask you to mute that person? No. Okay. Right. So, you
Please
want,
mute yourself.
okay. So, what kind of brand do you want to create for yourself? Identify those objective, those objective selves. That someone passionate to help people around you, then you need to create your content in such a way so that people associate that brand statement with, right? Creating content is the next step. So sharing, first of all, I won't say it creating, but sharing that content that aligns you with the objective that you have created for yourself, that showcases what kind of skills that you want to create, that you want to show, that showcases what kind of accomplishments you want to showcase to the outer world, that showcases what kind of expertise that if you say that I have a creative, or I have a creative photography skills. Then you need to showcase that on your social media platform so that people associate you with. Engage thoughtfully. So whatever that you are doing on internet, please be mindful of that. Even if you are posting a comment, please see that what kind of comment that you are posting. Do you want anyone to associate you with? Because see, comments tells, any comment that we do tell a lot about us, right? Any story that we are posting for ourselves tell a lot about us. Therefore it is very important for us to be aligned with whatever we are doing on this online setting. It should be aligned with our professional and the personal image that we want to create. Okay, then please maintain transparency. Please maintain that authenticity of yours. Credibility of yours is very much important. Building trust is very much important. Suppose at a workplace you show yourself as a very, as someone who is very passionate to help animals, right? But maybe on one of the post of yours, you have showcased that that image of some animals, and you are saying that we should not feed them or we should not do that. So see, this is not aligning with whatever that you are representing yourself at workplace and whatever that you are representing yourself on your social media profile. So you should be very aligned with that. Create a professional profile. Even if it is on Instagram, it is on LinkedIn, it is on Facebook, right? It should be professional, I would say. If you want to create a very personal profile, please see what kind of followers, what kind of followings you have for yourself. In fact, your followers or the followings that you have done shows a lot about you. What kind of followings you are doing on Instagram. Anyone can just see, okay, he has followed this person, he has followed this person, or she has followed this person. If you are following all the pages of UPSC test or UPSC mock test, people can assume that you are one of the aspirants of that. Therefore you should be very cautious of what kind of things that you are following. Okay, now create a professional profile. How you can do that is, first of all, very important for you to have a very professional bio of yours. Your profile should be very much professional. Okay, that highlights in profile. I'm saying what kind of stories, images, and videos that you are posting. It should align yourself with your experiences, right? Your accomplishments, your aspirations. You can also showcase your work experiences that you have done. In fact, you can show that on Instagram as well. Share examples of your work project. If you are into designing field, you can showcase your portfolio as well. You can always request someone to share their feedback on one of the works that you have done. You can showcase, you can maybe one of the projects that you have done with one of the faculty members, you can do that. Okay, now digital footprint and how we can actually preserve that. Now the first step for that is always think long term before posting, right? So if you are posting something today, please see, do you want this post to be seen by others maybe after 5 years, 10 years? See, when we are in the age of I would say when we are teenager, we do post such things that we don't want to be seen by others, right? So please be mindful of whatever that you are posting on your social media profiles. Second, use your privacy setting. Okay, don't make it open to public. Don't keep your page open to public as well if you're not sure what you are posting. Third would be, keep personal information private. Okay, suppose, I mean here personal means would be, suppose today I'm feeling very sad, does that mean I should post a story reflecting one of the quotes that is very sad, that so that people can assume that I'm sad today? Or suppose tomorrow I'm feeling very loved. Does that mean I should post a picture of a quote where, some quote is there? Okay. So please, advice would be, keep your personal information very private. Fourth would be, protect your privacy. Also, protect the privacy of the other person with whom you are posting pictures, right? Suppose if you are posting pictures with 10 best friends of yours, right? And they don't want that picture to be shown to public, right? Please take care of that. Maybe that is normal for you and that is not normal for them. right? Fifth and very important golden rule to be followed when you are online is that please do not do or say anything online that you would not do or say offline. Okay, many a times it happens we do post or we do say certain things that we wouldn't do if we have met that person offline, right? Please don't do that, because ultimately you are creating digital footprints for you. So be cautious of whatever that you are posting, whatever you are saying online. Ultimately it is resulting to, it is adding to one of your digital footprint. Okay, any question on this? Anyone who has any question? That's all about this topic on digital footprints I wanted to share. So this is a very a broad topic where we can discuss about digital footprints, digital life, digital identity, online brand, online presence, right? And so on and so forth. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you a brief about whatever actions that we are creating for ourselves today is leading to our digital footprints we are creating for today and for future as well. And remember this idea of that whatever happens on internet stays on internet forever, right? Even if you have deleted that, even if you have removed that, even if you have made it on the archived file, it will be there forever. So be cautious of whatever actions that you are taking for yourselves today. Even if it is a post, even if it is a comment, even if it is a making profile on one of the websites, or anything else. That's all for today's session. That's all, Yashika. I hope everyone would have got something out of the session. We are open for discussion and questions. Yeah.
While using some AI tools, they require the your Gmail address for signing in.
Mhm.
So ultimately, they are using our all the information related to our account. So how can we protect ourselves from this? Because it is important to learn or to visit these AI tools. Ultimately, we have to also the protect ourselves from these. So how can we resolve?
How can we protect ourselves with whatever information that AI tools are getting from us? Is this your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here I would say just be mindful of whatever searches that you are doing. Okay. Because ultimately, if you are doing any search there, it is going on a recording mode. Okay. It is to be stored, it is to be recorded, and it is to be analyzed for you only. Okay. So that they can provide you some kind of products that you want, or some kind of things that you are searching. Okay, everything, every data of ours is used in today's world. Nothing is going waste, right? So right now I am not an expert to tell you how to protect from a very technical aspect, but I can just make you aware that be cautious of all these things. Yeah, any other question, anyone can unmute and say, or maybe Yashika, if you want to.
If someone has question, please ask. Please unmute yourself and ask the question if you have any.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Rohit.
My name is Rohit Das. I have
Yeah.
a question that when companies came to hire, do they check our digital footprint? Because our presence in LinkedIn and Instagram is totally different. So, is they create any perspective about ourselves before hiring?
See, one of the studies says that almost 70% or more than that, now it has become more, I think so. They do check our online profiles whenever they are recruiting anyone, right? So they might search you on Google, and whatever profiles are coming of yours there, they will have a look of that. Okay, it could be your LinkedIn profile, it could be your Instagram profile, your Facebook profile. So here I would say, see, LinkedIn is made to showcase yourself professional, but I would say we should do this with other profiles as well. Whether it is your Instagram profile, whether it is your Facebook profile, whatever image, in fact, your profile picture shows a lot about you, right? On Instagram, my suggestion would be to have a very decent picture of yours that is not reflecting any other identity of yours that you don't want to create for you. Okay, so they might come across all these profile of yours, and please, whenever you are putting anything on online. So when I say on online, that means on all the media platforms. Please see how other people will look at it, what kind of perception the other person will make it. Okay, here in that TEDx video, she was talking about that she, by the way, the speaker in the TEDx video, she's an academician. Okay, she works with school students, and she has this photo of hers of one of best days of her life so far, the day when she got engaged. Okay, and she wanted to actually post that photograph on all the social media platforms that she has. Okay, but she couldn't. And why she couldn't? Because in that image she she saw that there was one cocktail glass was there on the other table, and a packet of cigarettes, right? And as an academician, she doesn't want to show that to others, because she was not that cocktail glass and the other thing was not hers, but she didn't want the other person to see that. So what she did, she could not able to post the best days of her life on media platforms. And that's how, that's how you should be cautious of whatever that you are putting online, right? You should see that what other person will perceive about you after looking at that photograph of yours. So got it? You should be that mindful of all the things.
Thank you.
Yes, any other question?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, who is going to have this digital footprints data, ma'am? For instance, if I'm going to search something like a textile related product in Amazon, I'm getting constantly, I'm getting a recommendation in YouTube and as well as in Instagram in terms of ads. So who is going to handle this data, ma'am, actually? Because all of these three platforms were different and they are not interlinked.
What are those three platforms you are talking about
For
here?
example, like in Amazon, if I'm going to search something related to shirts or maybe like let's take an example of footwear. So suddenly, if I'm going to get right after that, suddenly I'm getting a recommendation in Instagram like various footwear brands and all. And as well as in YouTube, so some of the reviews which are made by the influencers upon the specific brand. So these three platforms are different, but still they were getting the data according to what I was searched, like the footprints and all. So my question is like, who is going to handle this data, and how even though these three platforms are different, how this data is actually shuffled and
See,
moved?
yeah. So all the data, all the things that you are searching on any of the platforms is being recorded, is being stored. Okay. So accordingly, the advertisers or the potential suppliers, I would say, potential organizations that want you to buy their products, they are going to use your data to boost or to increase their sales, right? So therefore, I know all these platforms are very much different, but they are ultimately going to target you to buy one of the products. So even if not by potential employer, but your potential supplier of the product might use your data to serve the best product that he or she can offer to you. Yeah. Were I able to answer your question?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Any other question anyone has?
Good
Yes,
evening, ma'am.
ma'am.
Evening.
Ma'am, I'm Anshika Sharma,
Yes.
and I create content on Instagram.
Okay.
So I want to know, like, how can I monitor and analyze my digital footprints, and like how I can improve that on my content strategy. After then, how I can collaborate with brands.
Okay. Good to hear, Anshika, that you are one of the influencers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is your area on which you work on Instagram?
Ma'am, on beauty, fashion, and lifestyle.
Beauty, fashion, and lifestyle, right? So you are clear with your objective, right? So whenever you want any audience to see your profile on Instagram, you want them to associate you with either beauty, either lifestyle, and the third one is
Fashion.
passion, right? So you have to be very uh I would say very consciously, you have to decide what kind of content that you are creating for yourself, right? It should be aligned with one of these three objectives, right? Because your target audience is someone who is interested in fashion, someone who is interested in beauty, and someone who is interested on the other third part of it, right? And accordingly, first you want to attract the audience, right? Once you have attracted those audience, then you will be able to see their engagement on your profile, right? That should be very thoughtful, okay? Your engagement with the audience should be in lines of these three parameters that you have decided for yourself. And here, what I tell students, to create a brand for yourself. So your brand statement would be on these three parameters, and every content that you are creating should link with one of these parameter objectives that you have created. Your engagement should slowly go to the higher level, and then automatically your conversation with your audience should go up to, and accordingly you will be able to achieve whatever goals that you have decided for yourself. But it will happen gradually. आपको पहले impression, you need to put your impression in their mind that yes, whatever that you want to see, it is there on my content, right? It will start with impression, right? And then it will end with any actionable thing that you want them to do. Yeah.
And one more thing, ma'am. Like, how can I respond to negative comments? As you said, that we need to consider each and everything, like how we are responding. So, if there are many negative comments, so how we can respond to this thing?
Okay, so I see that many influencers come across many negative comments, right? What do you think? Replying to that negative comment is a good idea, or not replying to that negative comments is a good idea? What do you think?
I feel not replying to them.
Not replying. And why not? Why not replying to that? What do you think?
Because, at the end, it's their own perspective, and
Exactly.
I know they are here for creating like hate or something like that. So I will better to ignore them. But it will also impact my digital
Your
footprint.
image,
Yes.
right? That will impact your image as well. Let them say whatever they want to say in the comment section, but be mindful of what image you want to create for yourself, right? If you are replying to that, and if any person, any one of your potential collaborators come across to that comment of yours, they might have a very negative image of yours. They might create that, right? And therefore you should avoid just with these negative comments.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? So, what do you think? This session was helpful for all of you. I see that more in the audience, most of you are teenagers, or maybe someone who is in the age of from 20 to 30, maybe, or maybe below than that. Was it helpful? Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Who is that?
Yeah, I am Navneet. I want to ask you a question.
Yes, Navneet.
As you said, we should be very conscious while posting or commenting anywhere. So,
Hmm.
somewhat we are human, we do mistakes. So, if we delete the post or comment, is that also trackable? If yes, then how can we get over it?
See, here my point was, from now onwards, you should be very careful, right? Whatever that you have done in your past, let it be, okay? Right now, the best thing that you can do is to delete, is to make those things on archive mode, maybe, right? Let's hope that things that you have done in your past become traceable for you, right? But now onwards, you should be very mindful of whatever post that you are making for yourself, right? We don't know, anyone can come across to one of your posts that you have done, maybe, last 2 months ago, right? And that is associating you with your negative image. Let it be, just delete that post, right? Whenever you are seeing your online profile, just see how people will perceive you after looking at your profile, right? If you want to be called as someone who is an animal lover, do post such kind of pictures with animals, right? See, if there's someone who want to be called as alcoholic, they might just post some pictures with alcohol, right? But see, you are in a professional setting, even if you are on Instagram as well, even if you are on Facebook as well. See, everyone want to see you as professional individual. I conducted that short activity where I showed you that profile of the same person. One was in formal attire, and the second one was where he was reflecting all his tattoos that he has made, right? Most of you, all of you chose one, the first, the A profile, right? Why? Because everyone wants you to look professional. So my submission here would be, just be, from now onwards, just be cautious. Even if you're putting a picture with your friend as well, please take their consent, right? Maybe it is okay for you to post a picture with in one of the famous lounges or something like that, but that is not normal for them. Please take, and before tagging as well, please be mindful, right? Because, and please go to your tags as well and see what kind of post do you have there as well. That everything comes on digital footprint. Even what kind of followings that you have, what kind of followers do you have, is there any mutual followers, right? Yeah. So yes, Navneet, were I able to answer your question? Are you
Ye-
clear on that?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much. All of you can just reach out to me on LinkedIn as well if there is any more question on this. I do take courses around digital footprints, online presence, online branding as well, right? And do share me your feedback about this session. I want to hear that. Any more questions? I think this topic was very is very relevant for all. I'm there with the name of Tanushka Jangir. You just search Tanushka Jangir on LinkedIn, you'll be able to see that. Also, here when I'm saying about here when I'm sharing my LinkedIn profile, be mindful how you are displaying yourself on these LinkedIn on your LinkedIn profiles. What kind of profile picture you have for yourself, right? LinkedIn is a professional platform. There, if you are saying thank you to someone, say it in a professional manner. You can't say thank you with three, four smileys. You can't say that, right? You can't say thank you, bro, especially on LinkedIn, right?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
On behalf of organizing committee, I would like to express my hearty vote of thanks to our outstanding speaker, Tanusha. Today we got the opportunity to listen to
Yashika,
an interesting and thought-provoking discussion. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Tanushka.
Tanushka, yes, Tanushka, yeah. Tanushka, Tanushka ma'am, today we got the opportunity to listen to an interesting and thought-provoking discussion on your digital footprint making smart choice online. The amount of expertise and passion displayed by Tanushka ma'am really enhanced our grasp the topic. Tanushka ma'am skillfully imparted her knowledge, leaving us with the insightful conclusion and motivational concepts. Her interesting presentation captured our attention and motivated us to learn more. We appreciate the effort they put into the preparing this enlightening session. So, ma'am, our viewers and participants have few questions that would want answered. So, shall I proceed with the inquiries on your behalf with your consent?
Yes, yes, you can go ahead, Yashika.
Yeah, yeah. So, ma'am, my first question is, what are the some best practices for protecting your online privacy?
Okay. So if we talk about best practices, first would be please keep your accounts private. Okay. Also when you are posting on Facebook, we have this option to share that with uh, varieties of people. You can share it with friends, you can share it friends to friends on Instagram as well, and I'm sure on LinkedIn is public, is a public platform. So please be cautious of what are the options that you are choosing for yourself. Third would be just don't make anything which is very personal to you. Don't post anything or don't create any digital footprint of yours which is very personal. Because today you might want other people to know about you, know about that aspect of you, but tomorrow you might not want them to know that aspect of you that happened over the maybe 1 year or 2 years ago. So just think from a long term aspect and accordingly just go for it.
Thank you, ma'am, for addressing this question. Our next question is, how can sharing too much information online affect our privacy and security?
Okay, I think this question or the answer of this question consists the answer that I've given just right now is that too much sharing not required, right? Share whatever is relevant, whatever is aligning with your skills, your experiences. Also, I want you to be very specific with. You want other people to know about that you have attended this. This is one of the experiences of your life that you have done. right? Please do share that, because this will create a positive image of yours, right? Suppose you have a fight with someone or something like that, and you are sharing that experiences on social media right now. That will create a negative impact. That will have a negative impact on you. So please be mindful of what you are sharing right now. It should align with your skills, your interest areas, your experiences, professional experiences particularly.
Thank you for responding to this inquiry, ma'am. Our next question is, how can strong password and two-factor authentication help safeguard our digital footprint?
Actually, it helps with the cyber crime, I would say. It will help you to be protected with all the cyber crimes that is happening right now. So yeah, it is a good way to protect your privacy.
We appreciate your answering this question, ma'am. So my last question is, why is it important to think before we post something on social media?
Okay. I think all of you agree with that statement that I showed you in my first slide, or maybe second or third slide, that everything that happens on internet today stays on internet forever. And therefore, with this line, I would say everything that you are posting on social media platforms, you should be very think you need you need to think from the aspect of others as well. What kind of perception that you are making with that post that you have made of yours just then. So therefore, oversharing does not require, and you should be very mindful of your post, whatever that you are doing, your activities.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering all these questions asked by the participants. We really appreciate your excellent guidance, ma'am. Once again, I express my gratitude and thanks to Tanushka, ma'am, for sparing time from her hectic schedule to impart information to us. We are speechless by your invaluable presence at this session. You provided in-depth analysis of the subjects and shared some fascinating information. We shall bide our time for further such events in order to advance both our personal and collective knowledge. Additionally, I want to thank everyone in the attentive audience for their smart questions and active involvement. This event is considerably more meaningful because of your participation. A
Yeah.
good event never ends in the world. They take only a pause and keep us awaiting for the next. All good things eventually end. I consider everyone as fortunate that they become a part of this workshop, which was full of knowledge, which makes difficult to say goodbye. Again, thank you all for attending to this webinar, and if you have any additional questions, you can contact us by email or telephone. We are happy to provide additional support to you.